Hey everybody, it is time for the second edition in the series that I'm working on with Husbandry Pro on a website design and most specifically an e-commerce site design that will integrate with the database of information that I've supplied to Husbandry Pro. i.e., if I put my animals in Husbandry Pro and I mark them for sale with a given price, will it update and integrate to my personal website? We did a first in the series already, kind of an introduction and how this all started. I'll put that link right up here. And then this video today is actually going to focus on the process leading up to unveiling and rolling out the new website. So today we're going to start talk about the design process, feedback and iterations between myself and the design team at Husbandry Pro. Take a look at the current website and how it looks in its developmental stage, which is kind of cool for documentation and just looking back and being happy in the future. And then we're also going to talk about what the customer, i.e. myself, has to provide to make this process successful. We'll dive into all of that today. Let's get to it. So first and foremost, I want to thank Husbandry Pro. How cool was that for Robert working with me? It puts these thumbs up on the screen automatically. I don't know what Apple does that. Anyway, I don't disagree with the thumbs up, so that's cool. And I did get a Husbandry Pro shirt that I really wanted to wear, but I had to acknowledge I ordered a size too small. There's no way I could wear that thing and look like anything other than insane. So my son has it, he enjoys it, and he is repping it at school. I'll get another shirt at some point, but I do enjoy their coffee mug for sure. And most importantly, I enjoy the support I'm getting on building this website. Check out the first video in this series so we don't have to rehash the whole story. That'll catch you up, and then come start here if you haven't seen it already. All right, the design process for me was something that was a little bit uncomfortable. It's a collaborative project. Somebody with expertise, i.e. Robert Vanderclay is the founder of Husbandry Pro, is working personally with me on this, and his team of developers. So they're experts. So giving feedback to experts when I'm a layman felt a little bit out of ordinary for me. In this process, you have to get comfortable giving feedback. It's okay if you don't like it. The goal is for you as the customer to like it. It's a lesson that we know. I've dealt with this in designers and restaurants, menu graphic designers, heck, even chefs writing menus when I have to go, look, it's great, but I don't think this is for us. I have had to do those things in the past. I just had to dust off that conversational ability. But just remember, it's only going to be as good as the feedback that you give and the direction that you can give to the team. The neat thing is, again, as a layman, I don't know what's fast and easy to fix, and I don't know what's very complicated to fix. Turns out most of what I've had to say has been, boom, very easy to fix. It's also pretty neat. The website is being built in WordPress, and WordPress has a back office that you can log into. So I have my own credentials to log into the site and see the progress as it's coming along, which has been a really, really cool thing to see. I almost did a video earlier when there was a website design that really just didn't suit what I was after. It was functional, there was nothing wrong with it. It just wasn't the look that I had envisioned. And there was a real aha moment when Robert said, well, what do you envision? And I said, well, I don't know. I'll know it when I see it. And to his credit, Robert was very, very patient with me. He said, you know what? We're going to make 2 or 3 different versions of this and different layouts, and you tell us what you like. In the meantime, also go to some of your favorite websites that you really enjoy how they're laid out and give us some feedback on what you like about those websites so we have something to visualize. And what I did was then I had my aha moment of like, all right, what websites do I go to? Well, I go to Morph Market a lot. I'm not going to use that one. I look at guitars a lot, and those pictures and the layouts and the feel. Okay, so I went to Gibson.com, Gibson Guitars. I'm a real nut for them. I wish I was sponsored by Gibson Guitars. I'm not, but I do love their products, and I do love how simple and clean and almost relaxing their website feels. The other website that I really enjoyed was Chicago Music Exchange, which is an iconic music store in Chicago. The website I really like. I like how bright it is, how expansive it is. but it still has that sort of almost dreamlike glow to it. And I thought that was a really, really cool way that they presented things. What we ended up doing was, and then Robert guided me in breaking things down into really simple things. Adam, do you want a bright website or do you want a dark website? I don't know. So I started looking. I kind of like the dark theme. I keep my desktop on the dark theme. He was able to coach me through a lot of that stuff. So what we landed on was dark theme. And what I didn't know and I didn't realize was the tools that a developer has at their disposal. I find a lot of websites feel very template. They're very, very practical, very, very useful. You know, you download a template, you drop your content in there, and boom, you got a website. I could do that, but it felt a little bit stale. I actually want a website that feels like a destination that people will come check out. Whether they will or not, I don't know. But if I could get them in the door and keep them entertained or engaged, then I'm okay. And one of the cool things that I saw was that you can make like links and pictures dynamic. When you move the mouse over it, it wiggles a little bit or it tilts just a little bit. And it just feels a little bit more alive than a static template. And it was a really, really nice touch. And I would have had no way to have ever been able to describe that that's what I was looking for until Robert and the team presented it to me. And I was like, oh my gosh, I like this a lot. Little things like that made a huge difference. I wouldn't call the process tedious because it's fun. Tedious to me sounds like it's like boring work, right? Like the tedious is usually used in a negative way, but it's intense. Let me show you some of the feedback pages and the behind the scenes discussions that go on with the team. Robert and his team use this app called Slack, which is like delegation management org chart with tasks. So each of these chats have, look at all of this information that we're going back and forth on, different iterations, different logos. I need to incorporate my advertising partners. They're on there. Different areas of the website that we want to have. Change this, some change notes and requests. And look, it goes back, it goes on and on. Voicemails, cool pictures of snakes because we get distracted and we talk snakes. Here's some demonstrations of ideas that I had along the way that I thought would be able to provide a visualization for just a snippet of the website. So all these cool things you could see here where I sent ideas from the Gibson site. I even hand drew a layout of how I envisioned the website. And to be honest, looking at it now, it actually came pretty close to landing on that. So that ended up being a pretty vital thing too, which was daunting when you think about a group of pros that design websites and graphic design for a living. And here I am sketching with a pencil off the top of my head what I thought might look nice. So again, it's an intense process and I'm kind of a nut. You guys already know that. So I went really deep on it, but I have to say Robert and his team encouraged me to do so. There was no, hey, it's good enough. Shut Adam up. Let's move on. It was a really, really nice process so far. So where we're at now is that we have sort of an unpolished look at the website. I'm about to bring that up in just a moment, and I'll walk you through some of it. I'm not going to unveil the whole thing because this actually is pretty close to the finished product. There's still some space holders that we have to sort out and a few things to still go in. So I'm not going to unveil the whole website for you, but I'm going to give you some snippets of what we've been talking about. And then the next video will actually be unveiling the website. There might be 2 more videos. We might do an unveiling of the website, and then we might do an implementation where we integrate the Husbandry Pro database information into the e-commerce portion of the site, but we'll see all of that. Maybe that'll be 1 video, maybe that'll be 2 videos, but this is where we're at right now. So let me take you to the current iteration of the Proper Royals website. This is still being polished. There's things that I didn't even know existed where you have to manage, I think it's called padding, which is the space between the items on the website. The other thing you have to take into account is how the product looks on the web versus, on a laptop versus on a cell phone. Most business these days is done on a cell phone. If we really think about it, a cell phone is where the website needs to look good, right? So all of those things have to come into play. So bear that in mind. We're ironing some things out. This is not the finished product, but I do like what we have so far. If you look I'm going to refresh this really quick. And this is the WordPress dashboard up here. So we're still in the developer side. One thing, if you get a login to the WordPress site, don't mess around with what the guys are doing back there, okay? It's totally for looking. I know nothing about WordPress, and I'm not about to work to get in the way of this team and the work that they do, okay? So this is totally just for looking at the progress. I do nothing back here right now. I know nothing about this. I would totally screw this up. And this is kind of the landing page. I am going to refresh it really quickly here because I think it's cool how it loads in. All right, it kind of scrolls down, and then look here. One of the dynamic things I was talking about is as I scroll up, this stats bar over here, it starts moving. It looks like it's alive. Look, the menu pops down. Nice little subtle touches that don't make it feel like it's a template, right? I liked this. I wanted to put a calendar on the site, a boring old square calendar with dates. Who wants to stare at that? That's not engaging. So we put the scrolling updates of events on here. I put a little welcome video. You're going to have to watch that on your own. A little welcome video introducing myself. Just a 25-second quick snippet kind of thing. And then we get right to the ball pythons that are available, the newest posted ones, or maybe I'll highlight them, or maybe I'll be able to choose which ones go there if I have the, the best lookers or whatever it might be. And again, talking about some of the dynamic things, look at the advertising partners information here. When you scroll over it, it moves just a little bit, not distracting, but just a nice nuanced touch on there. I thought that was really, really cool. Look, the buttons highlight when you roll over them. Little touch like the arrow isn't just the same horizontal arrows like they usually are. I really like these design touches. It's just a little extra touch, There's all these different menu items up top here. We'll go through that on the unveiling. This is the current look, and I think it just looks clean, organized, nice and relaxed. And there's still work to do on it. So this is where we're at. And again, there's some placeholders. We might change the wording on some things. But I'm really pleased with how it's looking right now. And I think we're probably within 8 to 10 days of rolling it out. I think I think we're in the 85, 90% of the way there. The last section I want to talk about today is what the customer, myself, has to provide to the team. I refer to myself as a customer because this whole exercise is actually a beta test for an offering that Husbandry Pro wants to offer as something that you could purchase from them. This whole experience of having a website developed and tying it in an e-commerce way to your own personal Husbandry Pro database is a very, very powerful offering, in my opinion. At the end of the day, as we're seeing, TikTok can go away. Morph market can change. We would all say it has changed. We might have opinions on which way. I don't think it's as likely, but Instagram and YouTube, something could happen there. You could, a regulation could change. Any of that stuff. Your own website is a very valuable, protected asset. I do highly recommend. It's always been something that I wanted to get into place, and I bought properroyals.com 2+ years ago now because of that. So all of this is coming to fruition now. It's a great opportunity. What does the customer have to provide? I was a little bit naive. I thought, hey, I update Husbandry Pro. You guys work your website magic, and boom, we're going to have a website. You probably can. But again, it's going to come out looking like a template. There was an aha moment where the developers aren't psychic. It's only going to be as good as the input that I give. So let me show you. When that aha moment came to mind, this was sort of the genesis of that aha moment when I said, okay, wait a minute. Let me start pointing with arrows on things that I really like. This is actually the Husbandry Pro website. I loved that there was a shadow or a highlight around the different boxes. When I could get that specific, when I could say, I want to put the embedded video here and I want Adam in a facility with a professional snake image. Oh, there we go. That's from the Gibson site. As soon as I could participate in that manner, it started to get a little bit clearer and go a little bit faster. Let's dig deeper though. This is the development team. I had some pictures that we had done with a professional photo shoot. And I said, you know what? I really love the look of these. I love the color tone of these. I love the feel of these. Let's try and incorporate some of these pictures in. And we went through that process as well. A lot of the things that I had to provide were sort of specific thematic ideas. They could trickle down throughout the website. I also had to take some time. I wanted to write a care sheet. One of my biggest challenges selling snakes is customer follow-up. Hey, my snake isn't eating. Hey, what's the setup? Hey, this, hey, that. I want to have a link on my phone that I can send them. Boom, go to this care sheet site right here, right now. There you go. It's going to really save time and be very effective and provide great customer service. So I had to write that. There's a section, I think it slipped through when I was scrolling through, of genes or morphs that we're working with, or combos that we're working with. I need to send professional pictures for that, and I need to probably write a little bit of a blurb on what we're working with those genes for, why we like them, or some sort of why these pieds, why these clowns. So I'm going to have to provide a lot of that verbiage. I also want a frequently asked questions page. Can you ship? Well, yeah, matter of fact, we could ship, and we got some good friends over at REDLINE that'll help you out. What does 66% het mean? You get that all the time, right? But I might be able to put in a little plug for shedtesting.com. Hey, what do these things eat? Well, is it live or is it frozen thawed? Do you prefer yours on frozen thawed? Hey, talk to my buddies over at Cold Blooded Cafe. So I've got to provide all of those sorts of things to the website, and it's only going to be as good as that information that I provide. There's only so much the developers can do without the customer's input and the customer's participation. The last part of it is going to be being committed to keeping the Husbandry Pro database up to date. The nice thing is when I keep the Husbandry Pro database up to date, it's going to update the website and the e-commerce site right away. I believe when somebody buys an animal off of the website, that it will then also update the Husbandry Pro database. I didn't show you, there is a marketplace. So where it had the newest ball pythons available, if you click through any of these, or if you go to the top where it says ball pythons here, that's actually going to take you right into a whole storefront. And I'm going to keep that until we unveil the whole thing, because it's coming along really nice. You could sort by price. You could sort by newest or oldest posted. You could sort by, I think you could sort by genes on there. It's harnessing the power of Husbandry Pro and using those search filters on my personal website. I'm very, very excited about this. I have to find a way to drive people to the website so that they get a chance to really engage it and appreciate it. I think this is going to be a powerful tool. I'm really, really excited. So that's the update for today. Again, massive thanks to the team at Husbandry Pro. Robert has been fantastic to work with, and I can't wait to see where this goes and when we get it unveiled. We'll get it unveiled. We'll go live. We'll talk through the implementation of getting the Husbandry Pro database information plugged into the website. We'll talk all that through in the next episode. Until then, thanks for hanging out. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.